And you know, stuff like this where, okay, I mean, that's cool, but again, the interactive stuff is down here. You'll notice it's just flat ground, benches. Is that a bus stop? And then like very ordinary doors. What is going on here? Can you walk up here? Is this interactive? Like, are you supposed to walk up here or are you not supposed to walk up here? Which parts are you meant to walk on? You can't walk up there, right? Because there's no railings. Q says interesting, one of those parts of life where most of us don't think about, that intersection between practicality and looking good. Yeah. Let's see. That's kind of cool. So there's a little theater there. I think it's meant to be an outdoor theater. There's seating, and then there's like a stage. So here we have oh, that's a pretty small building. There's a curvy facade treatment, so the outer wall has interesting shapes on it. Anyway, back to Minecraft for a bit. Hey, hi. Yeah, I see you. I thought you'd do that. Q says, for me, housing-wise, I need lots of straight walls with no windows for all my bookcases. That's right, bookcases. And most new condos around here don't have them. Wait, oh yeah, they have no walls. I guess you have to put your bookcases in the open space. Do you have a lot of like open plan apartments? Is that what you're talking about, Q? You're gonna have to like use the bookcases as walls, if that makes sense. Like just put them in the middle of the room and use them to divide the space. Helena says if you want to make crazy architecture, there'll only be pavilions. I mean practically, I don't know though, Helena. I feel like maybe there's a way to. Anyway, I'm done. Q says no, it's more the windows everywhere. I guess you can just like block off the window with a bookcase. Crazy train stations seem to work. Oh yeah, no, train stations. See, no, okay, Wesley, you're right, because what we're doing, we are trying to combine function with wacky architecture. And sometimes it gets a bit weird. Because what Wesley and I are doing here, with the Minecraft Trains project, is that we have the train stations that function as train stations, and then we also try to have crazy architecture. Case in point, a giant tree that's fallen down. Alright, Wesley, what do you want to do from here? Do we need a stump? Do we need a stump, and do we need to like start carving this wood? So okay, let's block in the big shapes first, Wesley. We need a stump, right? Honestly, not a single clue. Neither, Wesley. Me neither. I'm a little concerned about a stump because the jungle temple is there. Wait a minute. A train station based on the carcass of a whale, Helena says. Oh hey, that's cool. This is kind of like Calatrava. Full screen. Did Calatrava do this? Let's see. So on the interior, hey look, it's a train station, Wesley. That's familiar. So again, mostly it's the roof. Although there are platforms that are a little bit curved. Does that curve up a little bit? It does, right? No, it's flat, it's just a shadow, never mind. So the platforms are flat, and the train lines have to be straight and flat, of course. There are staircases up and down a little bit. Circular glass elevators, hey, that's cool. Let me... Oh, it looks up like that from the outside. Hey, that's cool. It's pretty good. It is Calatrava, right? It's this one? New station, it is Calatrava. Of course it's Calatrava. Cool. So Calatrava is an engineer who occasionally pretends he's an architect. But because he's an engineer, he understands structure enough to do stuff like that. No, but I mean, I'm joking. He's good because he understands both disciplines. He understands both disciplines, and so he's able to push both to their limits in a way. Like he knows how far he can push the engineering, and he uses that to make architecture the way he does. Where did Wesley go? Are we making a stump? Hey, let's mark out a stump, Wesley. Although the stump is gonna be massive, isn't it? You said you want it out here. I'm gonna have to knock down these trees, I think. Sometimes the reason, well, I'm kind of like speculating. One possible reason why the architecture, or like why the fancy bits and the functional bits seem so separate in a lot of architecture, is I think like people don't always have the mindset to do both at the same time. Like the artistic people are not necessarily the practical people, if that makes sense. And so then you have like, alright, you do the artistic thing, and then the other person do the practical thing, and then we'll make a building out of it. Whereas if you want to combine the two, you need to think both ways at the same time, and they're very different ways of thinking. Helena says metro in Rotterdam. That's a cool tunnel. Full screen transition. That's a tunnel, though. Rotterdam Metro entrance. Q says reminds me of the crazy scene in American Werewolf in London. They probably actually no, London. Wouldn't be surprised if they film things. Is this the actual station? Helena says I love the way the station surface. People are walking over the tram lines. And that. Okay, well. Oh, wait, this? It seems a little crowded. But maybe that's unavoidable. I think train stations are interesting. Because they have to function, they have to move a lot of people. No, that's not it either. Which one do you want me to look at? Describe the... Like train stations, you want them to look good, and then you also want to be able to move a lot of people and trains efficiently and in an orderly manner. I think airports are similar. So they have to function, and you also want them to look amazing. Whoa! What is Wesley doing back there? In Rotterdam, the exits don't just surface. What do they do? Oh, maybe this tree can stay here. So we're gonna have to make the stump roughly the same size as the trunk, right, Wesley? Let me try and roughly mark this out. No, bigger. They rise out of the ground with a parabolic glass structure. Oh, it's a really tiny image though. Anyway. Full screen, can you see that? That's really tiny. I can kind of see it, it's really small though. Can I find it here? It's like this? Well, not quite. That's also really small. Oh, it's this. Okay, right, it's this. So there's a roof covering the escalators going down. Alright, back to Minecraft. So maybe I should mark out the 4 points of the circle first of all. So let's say we start out there, which means the other side is like back here. there. And then this side is like here. No, the actual tree is even bigger than this. The actual tree is even bigger than this. What if the stump is like smaller than the trunk? Is that gonna be weird? It's gonna be weird, isn't it? No, it's bigger than this. Crazy. So this side is gonna have to be like back here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Not there. But this is just like where the trunk broke off. We're gonna also have to have roots and things. Oops. And around that side. Possibly like that. Nope, further out. Much further out. Possibly like that. So it's gonna have to go around there. And I suppose we cut through this. Oh, that's kind of weird, isn't it? Wait a minute. I guess it shouldn't be perfectly circular. So around there, maybe like that, and then this tree has to go. Helena says you can also leave the stump with the tree, like in a storm the tree just rips the tree out of the ground. Yeah, I don't think I want to do that, Helena, because it'll end up... It'll be huge, is the problem. Because if you look at the pictures of where that happens, if the roots are stuck to the tree, it will be like that big. It'll be massive. And I didn't want a giant massive thing like that up in the air. So I think I would prefer if it broke off from the stump. I mean, is that a... It's not entirely right, is it? It's kind of okay. Are you planning to have the stump be shattered so that... Yeah, I'm thinking it should be like split. Or like, like it's torn off so there'll be spikes. But it'll have spikes, but it'll have also had time to rot a little bit. So maybe not freshly broken, but like broken and then had some time to rot off.